Hi, what is up?
Hey,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Parallel Lives Podcast. It's your girls, Tejita, Imani, and yeah, we're here. I forgot to reapply lip gloss, so please excuse me while I just get a little bit of that. What are you What are you drinking?
water. I didn't realize she's empty. I gotta stay hydrated.
It'd be like that. That's fair. I'm drinking some elderberry tea. I tried doing it iced. It's so fucking good, dog. I can't get over
Ooh,
it. I cannot get over it. This elderberry green tea,
sounds really good. That sounds pretty good.
bro. It tastes like a blueberry compote. It tastes like a blueberry. It's just so freaking good. I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the day now. It's a daily thing for me now. Um,
Hey,
Today too, I put a little peppermint tea or a peppermint leaf in it. Fucking delicious. So I'm
peppermint
very excited.
tea. Mm.
You know, what the hell? Why do you have all this in your room? What is going on?
I thought I was hidden over here in the on the other side of the camera. I didn't realize you saw all that. Did you also just disappear? Camera, I didn't realize you see me prepping my little
Yeah, girl.
creatine and magnesium combination here in my water bottle. But
Yeah.
yeah, I keep it in here for convenience, okay? It belongs definitely in the kitchen, but like, look at this. I didn't have to get up.
That's crazy work. My thing is like, what is it?
So we got some magnesium because my night, I got two
Mhm.
more classes to teach, but I gotta go to bed.
Okay, okay.
And my creatine because I ain't have it yet.
Nice. What brand is that? Let me see.
I found it at TJ Maxx,
Mm-hmm.
Metrics, I think.
Okay, 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 okay. I am about to be done with my little microdose magnesium creatine thingy. You know, I
Yeah.
had started that pack, and so I was thinking whether or not I should continue with the same brand or try a new one. So I have to do more research. But that's good to know. I didn't know TJ Maxx even sold them, so that's nice. That's nice to know.
Yep, the one out here. It be stalking me up.
I like.
Said, I love it. But the low two. We love that.
I know that's right. Everyone, as you could probably tell from our title, this episode is just a little cute little painting yap. Just chill, just hanging out. I don't know what the hell I'm painting, but I'm gonna paint something. I don't know what I'm feeling. Something will happen, I guess. Let me see.
The creative juices will get flowing and we'll see what comes from it.
You know, but look at how cute this little. It's a brush, a paintbrush, a watercolor, but it has the water in the back.
Oh my God,
It
I've seen those before and I want one so bad because it
It's
just seems so much easier.
Yeah, it's so clever. I mean, like, does it kind of go fast? Low key, yeah. So, like, I also just brought, like, an actual glass of water because they kind of do go fast. I guess it depends on what kind of painter you are and how often you have to change the color. But, it's
Yeah.
really nice. It's really, really nice. I do recommend. 10 out of 10.
Oh,
But what's up, Deja? How you been? What's your updates?
last week felt like I went through hell and I guess I won because I'm here. Like, I don't know what was in the air or what, but last week I think I like either had stomach bug symptoms or had the stomach bug
Mm,
because the girl was down bad for like 2 3 days. Like I was down bad. That's why I was like, yeah, we need to cancel. Like I cannot function
yeah. Oh
being in
my
this like
God.
place.
Bro.
So that was me last week. But I also didn't feel like I was like in the best place like mentally. I was just like, what the hell is going on? And I know like there was so many retrogrades, there was so much like happening like astrologically. I was like, this has to be it
Yeah.
because there's like nothing else life-wise happening.
Yeah.
Um so that happened. And then I think it was that last week or the week prior, it was also Adrian's like birthday dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we went out, we celebrated Adrian's little birthday dinner. He's trying to hustle everybody for a few dollars because it was his birthday.
I know that's right. I see.
Um, but it was so cute. It was so cute. So we had that happening.
Yeah.
Um, and then let me see. Funny enough, I felt like I spent all last week eating. For someone who didn't feel the best, I was definitely doing a lot of eating. I had the best cinnamon roll of my life, hands down, and I don't care. We can argue. I have never had a cinnamon roll this good, nor am I like a cinnamon roll girly. And she was gluten free. She was gluten free, and she was delicious.
Where is she from?
Vervain, Ver something up like that, up in Cambridge.
Oh, I don't know her.
It's like it's like pretty new,
Okay.
entirely gluten free. You would not even expect anything to be gluten
Damn,
free up in
Boston
there.
is fucking pretty new. I feel like Boston always got a new. I don't know where they're finding all this space to put all these new ass restaurants all the time.
We saying the same thing, but literally there's always a cafe bakery popping up left to right.
Facts.
Every month, every month. This one I
Facts.
think is last year, and like Sunday I got there early before I had to teach, and I was like, okay, like why not? Let me just go in.
Yeah.
My God. And I was hesitant because I was like, I don't really do caramel. Like I'm not a caramel girly.
Yeah.
She was perfect. She was not too thick. She was like perfect. She was soft. She was still warm because I got there at 9 o'clock just as they opened.
Caramel.
Caramel and the cinnamon bun. Yeah.
Caramel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's different. That's definitely different. I would definitely try that. Wow.
It was so good. Like, I don't want it to become my every Sunday morning thing, but it might just be. It might
Honestly.
just be.
I wouldn't even like I wouldn't even judge you for real because every weekend recently Taylor and I will go to this place called Beach Hippie Coffee.
Uh-huh.
And we'll get the same shit every single fucking weekend. It's literally I'll get my drink. It's called Salty Waves. That's what the drink's
Hmm.
called. I think it's just like a latte with salted caramel in it.
Okay.
But I think they use like actual sea salt because sometimes I'll taste areas that are more salty. So it's fucking delicious. And then we'll split this big ass bagel sandwich. It's called Bacon Me Crazy. And we'll split it and I'll get half, they'll get half. And then we'll always get a cinnamon bun, which is actually crazy that you're saying this. But I'm pretty sure it's vegan. So I don't have to feel bad about it. And they make it there. They make it there. And we share it. But them bitches be like them bitches be big. Them bitches be big. So I wouldn't blame you because we do that Saturday, Sunday, every weekend except for last weekend. That was the only time we didn't do it.
Listen, I might just because it was so good. It was so good. And it was a perfect size. And I was like, yeah, this is about to be my new thing.
Sometimes you
Like,
gotta,
oh,
sometimes you got caramel is crazy. I would try that. Caramel sounds really good.
listen. Yes.
I would try
Yes. Like I'm not a
it.
caramel person, but this did it for me. I was like, okay, this was like amazing. Um, and that's obviously, honestly, only the highlight of my whole week was that cinnamon roll.
Damn. Then even more so, I don't blame you for making it a ritual. Because if it brought you joy, shit.
That it sure did, because I'm like, life has been kind of lifing. Like, have you ever gotten a backwards compliment?
Yeah, girl. A lot. A lot of times.
I ah,
It's a backhanded compliment, but yeah, a lot of times.
yes.
I've
Like,
gotten like fuck, what are some of them? I can't even think of them to be honest. But it happens a lot where I'll just be like,
okay.
okay, like,
Like,
oh, okay. Like,
like,
make me really
thanks, I
feel.
guess. I don't fucking know.
Right, right. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
Like,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. What did they
yeah.
say?
So it actually came from work. It was like, you're a really good worker, like you're super fast, like you can get a lot done and you still maintain the level of like consistency that's needed.
Mhm.
But we need you to slow down. And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, like we're a small business, so like, granted people will expect us to be kind of slow. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So why'd you
I
just say
said,
all of that then? Just to tell me that I don't know. Like, it sounded like a shit sandwich. Have you ever heard of that?
no.
A shit sandwich is where like you stack your feedback. You say something really great, then you say what's actually wrong, and then you say something really great again. It's a shit sandwich. That's what it sounds like.
Well, that's what it was. And I was like, all right, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm not coming to help nobody. Don't look for me. I'm gonna just stay in the back, making fucking boxes,
Right.
and turn side eye.
Right. My thing is like,
So,
wouldn't you want your business to run efficiently? Like,
girl, it's fucking cookies and coffees. No one should be in a line for 45 minutes.
right.
These drinks are quick, okay? It's not my problem that you don't have actual real baristas and a bitch know what she doing,
Right.
okay?
My again,
So,
like, wouldn't you want your business to run efficiently? If there's someone doing something efficient, why would you tell them to stop being efficient? What? That doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you tell everyone else to be more efficient?
She said so that I can answer people's questions when they want to ask why the walls are green.
Oh, to have like a customer connection. Okay. Well, that could have been said differently. I would have been like,
But let's be for real. Out of all the hundreds of people you serve,
right, right, right.
not all the people in here that try and have a conversation with you, especially for a
Fair.
service quick. Like this,
Yeah.
nothing's being made besides your coffee if you're ordering your coffee.
Uh-huh.
This is quick grab and go. There's
Right.
not even space for you to sit if you even wanted to. Okay?
Oh wow.
So there's no type of like atmosphere for that besides the like, hi, this your first time in? Like, here's a little backstory. That's
Yeah.
it. And then let's talk about how it blew up on TikTok.
Right,
That's
right,
it.
right. And
So yeah, I found it interesting. And I said, yeah, I'm all set. Leave me alone. This is why I can't work for people. Quite literally.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. A backhanded compliment does suck to receive. Um,
Yeah.
but it's also, it's also part of it's part of it's part of being in community, man. Not all of the interactions are gonna be, tasteful and pleasant. But it doesn't mean that they care about you any less or that you're valued any less. It could mean that, but it could also not mean that. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and I appreciate it because I'm like, I definitely was dragging this and ready to be like, fuck you, I'm leaving the job. Don't call me, don't look for me for help. Very
Yeah.
much gonna give you silent treatment. Um, but then I had to remember, this is her first
Yeah.
business. This is a small business. This is all new. Yes, we work together. We're all still figuring it out. She and everybody else is figuring out. I already know what to do. So yeah, this is just kind of the given, the unfortunate.
And also, like, at the end of the day, it is her business, so she is just telling you how she wants it to be run. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's why I was like, I can't take it personally or really
mhm.
feel some sort of way about it.
I mean, you're definitely allowed to. You're definitely allowed to, like, but it's also
But
nice
that's
to have, like, the I don't know, the spaciousness, I guess, to remember the other truths too. You feel me?
yeah, because that's what I'm trying to remind myself and not get too, I don't know, not butt hurt, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like pissed
Type
about
of,
it.
yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
hmm But that's a little bit of me. What's been going on in my life.
Period. Okay, okay. Um, well, okay, so I'm okay. I'm in my baking bag still, or I guess I don't even know if this is bacon. It's given very much like North Smith who. You know what I mean? I'm out here making homemade ice cream. I made a homemade butter pecan ice cream. Bro, the taste, it was fucking delicious. I said Haagen-Dazs who, babe? Ben and Jerry's who, babe? Could it be? Could it be me? No, this is Imani, okay? That shit was slapping, okay? I'm gonna toot my horn, toot toot. That shit slap. Now, when it comes to texture, the texture was not slapping. The texture was giving very much 2 out of 10. It was. We did a couple of things, a little silly. Well, first of all, it said that blending it before freezing it was optional. But it did say that it would have made it more creamy. And I was like, fuck it. If it's optional, I'm not going to do it. I should have done it. I should have done it. And then the second thing was we decided to make the ice cream on the same day that we decided we were going to go to the beach. And the ice cream, you're supposed to stir it every hour for the first 3 hours to help the texture. Yeah. And so we definitely made an ice cream and we stuck it in the fridge and then we got ourselves ready to go to the beach and then we went to the beach and then we stayed at the beach for an hour and then we came back and then we stirred it and then which was probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours by that point. And then we went to the pool and danced some more. It was in the water some more and then came back upstairs and then stirred it and then just let it freeze. So we didn't do what was instructed. You know, so
Sounds like it.
the texture did in fact have to sacrifice a little bit, but the flavor was still A1. So next time I'm gonna do those tweaks, and I believe that the texture will be better. And I'm excited about that because it's giving like, tuh, I'm out here. Listen, I'm about to be self-sufficient than a motherfucker. Let me tell you that.
As you fucking
Also,
should.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean. You know what I mean. And then also, I was telling you about my tea, right? And how it has a peppermint leaf. or have a peppermint leaf from my garden, babe. I have a peppermint or little plant now. So originally we've had for like since I moved in actually, an aloe vera plant. Her name is Morticia. She looks
Morticia.
like a Morticia. She's a Morticia. We've had a lot of trouble. She's our trouble child, unfortunately. She has gotten root rot. She has had mold. We've had trouble repotting her. I mean, we had a little offspring of hers that didn't thrive, so we had to like recallus it. She's been a lot of fucking work. Okay, for a plant that people say is low maintenance, she's been
Amazing.
real
Yeah.
fucking high maintenance. Okay, so I you know
Damn Morticia.
but Gomez, who is our snake plant, he's low maintenance.
Like those. I like
Listen,
those.
all I gotta do is water him every 3 to 4 weeks, and he's chilling. He's not bothered. He's very much living his best life. So okay, period. We love that for him. We love that for him. Then we added something called a Transcensia Nanook, also known as a wandering dude. And he's a really beautiful, beautiful plant. Um, uh, should I grab? I'm gonna grab. I'll show you. But they're not. These bugs on the balcony love to play with my emotions, so But this is him.
Oh, okay. I've seen those. I love those because the
Mhm.
purple. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
A
yes.
wandering dude. Okay,
He's called
wandering
a
dude.
wandering dude, yep, or a Transcensia Nanook. But see how pretty he is, and the fact that his name is a wandering dude. We feel like he's non-binary, so we call him he, she, they. Okay, he, she, they.
Okay.
And his name is Violet because Violet, you're turning violet.
Mm,
It's giving very much that.
yes.
So Violet is a traveling plant, which means, as you can see, he's leaning to the side. When we first got him, he was upright. He leans to wherever the sun goes, and he will travel like a vine. He'll have a
Oh,
whole little
yeah.
yeah, so he's very flamboyant, very dramatic, very cutesy, not demure at all, but very cutesy. And then we have our mint plant, who I'm not bringing in because yesterday I found a little spider on the leaf, and when I went back out, the spider was gone, and I don't know where that spider is, and it's not coming in the house. So,
There's that. We'll use our
yeah,
imagination.
she will very much stay outside. Her name is Jade. Jade Mint. She's very cute. She has a lot of little mint leaves. And the thing about mints, is that they're an invasive species because they grow really well. Like they thrive in anything. Like it's really, really hard to kill a mint plant because them bitches thrive. So because of that, you have to prune them often. So that means I'm gonna have a lot of peppermint leaves that I'm gonna need to do stuff with. So, um, just yesterday I pruned off a whole bunch that I'm gonna make into tea today.
Hmm.
And I love her. She's so cute. And I'm gonna do something about the spiders. I need to get something called like neem oil, and it's supposed to help with the pests. And we'll see, cause they be playing with my emotions, and I don't like that.
I swear it's no that you don't like them. That's really what it is. I swear, I swear, I swear.
Everyone says that, and at this point, I think it's true. Like at this point, they're like, "Look at it, look at it, look at this woman. What the fuck is she doing?" And I do the most every time, because my thing is like, you don't see the way they look at me. You don't see the way they look at me. I looked at Spider yesterday, and he looked at me, and I promise you, he squared up. He said, "Rep your hood." I said, "I'm going inside." So
You little spider one.
every time too, every fucking time, every time you can have it. The balcony, you can have it. The plant, it's yours. I don't care. I'm not doing this with y'all. No, absolutely not. But I am a plant mom. I'm out here self-sufficient. I'm telling you. I'm not finna, no, I'm not playing with this government. I'm not playing with this government.
Oh, Lord, that stressed me out immediately.
Man, I fucking, I'm like, hey, listen, if y'all gonna play games, I'm just gonna play it better because,
Yeah, at this point, you
you
gotta be
know,
up one.
that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. But, What else did we do? It's actually funny for those of y'all listening. You guys can't tell, but we were ahead a week. So us not recording last week means that we haven't checked in with each other for 2 weeks. So it's been like 2 weeks. So a lot has happened. And it's just funny because time when we do this, like it makes time feel really fake. Because I'm just like, how has it been 2 weeks? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's fucking insane. So in that 2 weeks, I'm trying to pick off like the best things or like the most notable things. Um, but one of them was we went to an escape room. It was the weekend after our last recording. We went to an escape room down here. Have you ever been?
I have, and they stress me out.
What?
I guess, yeah, because you have to work with people.
Yeah,
And like, if these motherfuckers don't know what they're doing, that's stressful. That's very stressful. Because then I'm trapped in this room with you, useless.
I've gone two
Yes.
times, and none of the times has it been stressful. None of the time. It's been mad fun. Like the first time and this time has been fun. The first time I went was with my previous partner, and we were very close to the end to finishing. This time again, Taylor and I went. It was a Scooby Doo themed. It was so cute. And we're also close to finishing when it fucking ended. They only give you an hour. They need to give
Yeah.
you an hour and 30 minutes. That fucking 30 minutes, goddamn it. My God, bro. That's just because my thing is like I am competitive. I don't like to feel like I lost. So I'd be feeling like I lost. And I don't like that because I was very
No.
much close to the end. And I need y'all just to extend your time, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Was it worth the price, however?
I don't think they ever are. I think
Yeah,
that's also the other thing.
yeah, I get it. Like a lot of a lot of money went into building these things. I assume they're like propped rooms, multi rooms. You know what I mean? But it's like for us to
Mm-hmm.
have paid $90 for an hour experience in this economy, yeah, crazy work, crazy work, crazy work.
That's
But
criminal.
it is in fact. And then when you're there, they're like, oh, here's a little 20% off for next time. It's like fuck you. No, but at least it never expires, she says. So,
Yeah, so we shall see.
right, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I also convinced Taylor finally to go to the gym with me this past weekend. Poor Taylor, my lover. I tell you, I didn't even do too much. I didn't even do too much, but I might have done too much. But it's okay.
Yeah.
They're agreeing to come back next weekend, this upcoming weekend.
Mhm.
So clearly, it wasn't that bad. It
Right,
wasn't
I'm
that
about to
bad.
say, yeah. Okay.
I also I also be having them try a whole bunch of things. I had them try chia seed pudding the other day. I made a chia seed pudding
I
and I had
like.
them try it, and they were not a fan of the texture, which is fair. Some people don't fuck with it. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like I had done like so I did I tell you about this?
Your chia seed pudding?
Yeah,
What you do?
I infused the milk
With what?
with star anise and cinnamon.
I feel like I did hear you say this.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that you
yeah,
said you,
yeah.
okay,
So
good.
I had to infuse the milk with star anise and cinnamon. And for anyone who doesn't know, chia seed doesn't usually have like star anise in it. That's not something you'll find in it. So it's a very distinctive taste. And despite that, like the taste didn't really throw them off. It was more just the texture. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Like that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense to me. Not everyone fucks with that. But yeah. I don't know. There isn't much else that be happening. I'd be over here creating, going to the gym, going on walks, daydreaming about my life, manifesting, meditating, doing my, regular shit, regular shit. Nothing too crazy, nothing too notable, for real.
How I feel. I'm just existing as a human.
Like just living this life, just living this life, doing what I can with what's handed to me, making the best of it,
Yeah.
doing more sometimes. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I do wonder though, what is your favorite munchie snack?
Girl, it's funny you say that because this past weekend on Sunday, because I had the day off, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take my little edibles. Because when I take edibles, they
uh,
give me the munchies. but like bad. Like I'm eating everything in sight and there's no stopping me until I'm ready to go to bed. That's the only time I stop.
Bro, that's me
So,
anytime I smoke, period. I
mm,
I have to
I'm
like
happy.
force
I'm happy I'm
myself
not.
not to. Bro,
Mm,
I'm so jealous of people who are like, yeah, I don't really get the money. What do you mean? I have to fight
bro,
myself. I have to fight myself every time. Like, Armani, you cannot eat 20 different cuisines in 5 minutes. Like, girl.
I had to put myself to bed. I said, we're going to bed. We're going to
Bro.
bed. We're ending the night at 8 o'clock, I said, because this was out of, I'm over here on Uber Eats, like, what ice cream do I want? Do I want Ben and Jerry's, JP Legs? Do I want Far Out here? What kind should I get? I was like, I said, shut it
Yeah.
down. We're going to bed. We're going to bed. Why? Because I had demolished a carrot cake like 20 minutes ago. 10 minutes before that, a fucking matcha honeycomb cookie that I found. Then before that, it was my actual dinner, which was like steak, potatoes, and all the hearty goodness. And I still wanted more. I still wanted more.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it did not do it. But
No, bro.
my when I get munchies, I just want something like sweet. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want it to be like soft,
Mm-hmm.
good in my face. Like I feel like ice cream does it every time, but like I need it accompanied with like I don't know, maybe a brownie instead of a cookie. Yeah, like a brownie ice cream sundae type of vibe. Yeah, with some
Yeah.
walnuts, hot fudge,
Oof. Yeah.
and just throw
Yeah.
some whipped cream in there because we're already going all in. Yes, yes.
Yes. Whipped cream? Wow, that's real fancy, real bougie. My God.
Oh, girl, I want the whole thing. If I'm
My
gonna eat, if I'm gonna do it, I'm doing the whole thing.
my hack though to not have crazy munchies is when we go to smoke, I don't hit it that many times. Like I might take 2 to 4 puffs. And that I noticed helps me most of the time. This is not an all the time thing, but most of the time it'll help me not get munchies real bad. Because my munchies do go crazy and I'll wake up the next morning feeling sick. Just like
Me on Monday. Yes.
bro,
Yes.
like the worst actually a funny story. The worst I ever got like sick from a munchies was one of the times I was smoking with a high school friend of mine. Uh I think we ate like mac and cheese, some other shit. Then we had rum raisin ice cream. Do you know how nasty rum raisin ice cream is? And we
That
faced it. We faced that shit. It
doesn't sound
yo, I
good.
woke up the next morning feeling gross. Like I just wanted to throw up. Like it was disgusting. I hated every moment of it. Munchies are crazy. They're a crazy thing. They're a crazy I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't, and I know I've heard like they say it's strain related, like how each strain, but clearly that's not the case for you because you say you get it all the time, no matter
Mhm.
what.
Mhm.
So that's
Mhm.
why I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I,
I've
I
heard
said
a
I'm
lot of theories though. I've heard that it's because your mouth is looking for something to do. I've heard it's because like things are like you're more present, so you enjoy the thing more, so you seek that like pleasure. Like I've heard a lot of
yeah,
different theories. I really don't know what the fuck it is, to be honest. I don't know what's what. I just avoid it because I don't like the feeling of it. But when I
no,
do indulge though, like the cravings always be weird. Like you would think I'm a pregnant woman with the ways I be craving shit. Like recently, do you know what Vienna sausages are?
Vienna sausages?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Bro, them little get off me. Them little cans, like
Oh, the
maybe
hot dogs, the little hot
yeah.
dogs.
That's been my
Yeah.
cravings recently. Yo, girl, the way I face them bitches, the way I'm in there like
I listen, I don't judge. I listen, I don't judge because that one's crazy.
yeah, the flavor is so nostalgic to me. Growing up, I loved those.
Yes, I was gonna say yes. As a child, I would go home and eat them after school. Yes.
Bro, so when I eat them, it's just like, oh, like I just feel cozy and I just love it. That's been my shit recently, bro. That was my, and also I realized too, it has magnesium in it. It has iron in, not magnesium. It has, what is the, I don't know. It has iron in it. So like it's not that bad. Do I know what meat
Girl,
is in it? No. No, I don't. Do I want to know?
yeah.
No. No, I don't.
I was about to say, girl, that's like you trying to justify spam being a good thing.
I
This
love
meat.
spam. I love spam.
I
Tastes
cannot.
so good.
It looked good in all these little videos I be seeing when people want to, jazz it up with their rice and do all this seaweed stuff. And
Well, that's an
it's,
actual thing. That's called spam wasabi. I think it's a Hawaiian dish, like a Pacific
yeah,
island, Pacific. Yeah. So like,
maybe I'll try it if I don't know. Just trick me. Just trick me.
just tricky spicy. No,
It looked
no,
good, but
it is good. Spam is delicious. Listen. Listen, it's
mm-mm.
also funny too. We didn't have protein in the house yesterday until after we went to go DoorDash, and we are eating the way I used to eat when I was vegan, right? Wow, that shit did not fill me up at all. I said, "Wow, wow,
That's
this used to be my meal," and I'm sitting here like, "That's it?"
any food. Yeah. I felt that. I felt that because I don't know what I did this past, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. And
Yeah.
I had seen, funny enough, I had seen it later as like I'm on social media and it's like your meals aren't complete unless there's some sort of protein with it. That's the only way you actually feel full. And I'm like, it dawned on me because I was like, oh my God, like that is actually true. And I can't remember what I ate, but I was like, it was a big ass thing. And I was like, damn, I still want food. I'm like, how am I hungry? Like, this don't
Ah,
make sense.
bro. Yeah, bro. And mind you,
Protein will do it.
my thing is like beans are protein. They're just like not a hearty protein the way that a meat is. Bro, I had
Uh-huh.
rice and bean yesterday. I'm not joking, at least 4 servings for me to feel like good. Like I was facing that shit. Bro, I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized I was like, we don't have meat. Today for lunch, I made chicken, rice, and beans. The only difference was the chicken. Why do I feel satiated? I feel great.
That's because yeah, our body
No.
needs it. Body needed it. Needed some little extra protein, some real hearty protein.
That is crazy work. Like I was like, how did I do this for as long as I did? Was I okay?
No, I know I wasn't. I know I wasn't. I know I wasn't.
Like, oh my gosh.
Can't
And that's
even
not
lie.
there's some people out there who do veganism right, but I don't know that
I
I
don't.
would.
I think it's genetic, honestly. Like I feel like looking at it, like where we come from, ancestral line.
Mhm.
I don't think our people were just eating like that.
That's fair. That's fair. They probably only did that when there was like nothing else, where there was
That's
no.
what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense to me. But I don't know, just like thinking about the way I used to live. You know what I was
What
thinking?
was you thinking?
What? Because we're painting, right? What if you had to choose a color for like your last heartbreak? What color would it be and why?
Was my heartbreak? I feel like I don't even remember.
You don't remember your last heartbreak?
No.
Oh my God,
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think that's terrible. You don't remember something that broke your heart?
No, maybe because I don't let it happen.
No, 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 no. Because because heartbreaks is not something. Heartbreaks are not something you can let happen. It's just something that happens, whether you like it or not. It's either it happened and you felt it, or it happened and you didn't let yourself feel it.
Okay, so maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
Now, color. Uh,
Wait, how are you picking a color then?
I don't know. I'm gonna say color that came to my mind because
Well,
I still can't recall this heartbreak. It's like I'm like, okay, I'm with this individual now. We've been together for some time. And then who was before him? I don't know. I was on a, like just me. No, color that's coming is like violet, like purple, like a deep purple.
oh my God, that's so funny. I would have chose that too. I
That's
literally
like
would
what's
have chose
coming.
that too. Yeah, same, same. Why did you choose? What made you choose that color?
I don't know, because I feel like I think of like the heart always being like red, and then I'm thinking like, okay, like a heartbreak, like the heart's sad. So I'm like, not
Yeah.
completely like black, but I'm like, I think like a dark violet purple kind of like is moody, like sad, like it's very like internal depth. compared to like a bright red. Like, ah, it's happy. I said, I think a violet.
That's so funny. I would have chose violet also because of the deepness of the color. Like the color is very rich, and so I would
Yeah.
have that because of like heartbreaks. They cut deep, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's the thought process. That's so interesting. That makes me think though, what is a hard truth that you've allowed yourself to come to terms with?
A hard truth I've come to terms with recently. What is like a truth that I like just discovered, like something that's true, or like something that I just discovered about myself that's like kind of like hard to kind of admit or not want to admit.
However you perceive the question, however you take it.
Okay, a hard truth, sometimes things that you think you really, really want, or like things that like feel like good in that moment
Mm,
aren't always beneficial or good for you in that moment or long term.
mm,
So like your desires and your cravings, whatever it may be, and you want to hold and yarn for that, but in the
mm,
long term, it's actually like just gonna cause you more harm. And I have to come to
mm.
terms with that. Um, and then I also had to come with terms, like a hard truth is that I am very much like I love control and it's my way or no way kind of mentality, especially like being in relationships. And I've had to come to terms that that actually is not beneficial, in establishing any sort of relationship.
Facts, facts.
And that's been a hard truth because it's like, what the fuck? So
That's fair, bro.
have I discovered a resolution? Not yet, but learning how to just adopt my air like sign and just kind of go
Mhm.
with the flow and not think I need to contain it and be the one coming up with a plan. So
Yeah.
yeah, learn how to go with the flow.
Go with the flow. The thing is, that first thing that you said about um like just because it feels like good doesn't mean it is good. That's so funny because I've been taking in a lot of content recently talking about like the convenience paradox and how convenience has kind of disabled our generations because we're not like geared towards delayed gratification, thus we're not geared towards like actually doing activist work because it takes delayed gratification.
Mm,
um, and I just thought that was so interesting. And it's like what you're saying, that's what they were saying. Like, just because this thing feels really great doesn't mean it is great because we haven't like evolved to be a generation or to be a world or be alive in a world that convenience at this rate is possible. Because like back in hunter gatherer days, if something was convenient, you'd obviously choose it. It was the obvious choice because so many other things were not convenient. So when you did come across something that was convenient, it was a way of reserving your energy to save it for something that you needed to actually do to survive. For example, like
hmm
getting food. Um, Whereas now everything damn near is convenient and can be convenient for us. And so we still have that same like wiring to lean towards what is convenient, what is easy, what is efficient, even though we don't need to as much as we used to. And that's led to us not being able to handle discomfort enough to be in community, not be able to handle discomfort enough to be activists, not be able to have hope beyond like seeing results. We think having hope means seeing the result of that thing, when having hope really means to have hope even when you don't see the result, etc. So it's just funny that you say that because it's been very much in alignment with the things that I've been hearing other people say, like, and the videos that I've been watching. And it's facts. It's absolutely facts. Mm. What's a hard truth that I had to come to terms with? Mm. A hard truth that I've been trying to wrap my mind around that I have not come to terms with, so the other day, I don't know if I ever told you this, but the other day, probably within the last 2 weeks. We were driving back home from smoking, and it was at night. We're driving home, whatever, and a car ended up in our lane and was coming towards us, and I just started freaking out, like telling Taylor to do something about it. And so they start blowing on their horn, and the person in the car finally looks up because they weren't looking at the road for whatever reason, looks up and leaves the lane. But like we were mad close to a head-on collision, and it was a skinny road, like there was nowhere else we could really go. Either way we were gonna get hurt, you know what I mean? Like if they hadn't moved, that night could have gone very differently. And we had just come back from smoking. We had Bojangles in the car, which is like a fast food place. We were just gonna go home, watch a movie, whatever. And it was just like dawning on me how different that night could have been. You know, at a split second, we could have been dead, or in a split second, we could have been really badly hurt, or one of us could have been dead, or the other person could. You know, in a split second, all of life could have been different. And I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I come back home, and I'm in shock, you know, like we try to regulate each other, we affirm each other, whatever, we say our thanks to Most High, whatever it is, and then we come inside, but I'm still in shock, and we just smoked, so I'm kind of numb a little bit, and it's like coming in slowly, and I'm looking around the house, and I'm just seeing like the TV was still on, it was just paused, and I'm looking around the house seeing all the things that I would have left behind, and like I'm thinking about all the things that felt unfinished, and like all the things that I want to do in this life. And I'm just, it's like dawning on me that there are so many people who it's just done. And it didn't matter that they wanted to do all these things. It didn't matter that they had, you know, I don't know. It didn't matter that they had a project that wasn't done. It didn't matter that they had work to go to the next day. It didn't matter that they had people who loved them at home. It didn't matter. Like, it didn't, none of that mattered. Like, it was just done. And so I've been really trying to wrap my brain around that recently, that what do you mean? What do you mean that, what do you mean it could just be done? Like, what are you talking about? I just can't. My mind literally cannot conceptualize that. And then also, like, that's the second time that some shit like that has happened to us, where someone literally ended up in our lane on the wrong side of the fucking road and was coming straight towards us and course corrected last fucking minute. I'm just like, first of all, what are you trying to say? uh, because I didn't like that. Um, but yeah, I have not yet wrapped my mind around that. I have not. And then also, like, around me, a lot of people have been dealing with like death. Like you and Taylor's grandmother passed recently, a couple months back, and then um like someone I know's boyfriend's cousin was shot. Like it's just like a whole bunch of death is just around us. And you know, there's the genocide in Gaza, and there's the life, it just feels the way that it does. Motherfuckers is getting shipped off to fucking Salvadorian fucking mass incarceration, or mass prisons, and it's just like, so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I don't know. I have no silver lining. I have no silver lining. Just rambles and spirals and thoughts. That's it.
Don't, yeah. I don't think I can offer anything because I'm just like, it is how it is, unfortunately. And it's like something we gotta kind of just like accept that it just kind of like what we once knew as life is now gone, and like who knows what's even to come afterwards. Like, and and it's, I think, I don't know, maybe it's like that part of like the wanting to know or wanting to see or wanting to, still be able to be here on a tangible physical level is like makes it seem so hard to
Mm-hmm.
just be like, oh, this was once what I knew and now, you know.
Yeah. I also think it feels hard because, like, when you're a teenager or when you're super young, I know I'm still considered a young adult, but, like, I mean, pre-brain development young adult, um, you feel invincible. Like, life has this feeling about it that it feels like it's not gonna end. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just one day
Yes.
yeah, you know, like one day you just wake up and you're like, oh shit.
I'm untouchable. That's how I used to feel. Like, catch me from
Yes.
15 to like early 21s. I felt like it was my world and no one was coming to get me.
That's what I'm saying.
I
And
have
my thing
so
is
much to
like,
live.
things were still happening. You know what I mean? The world was still fragile. Every point in time you go back, there was something fragile about the world. There was something that felt like the world could end. Like, at every point in time, you know, this moment is not so fucking special. You know what I mean? Like shit like
Mm-hmm.
this has always happened, but it's just like I was alive. You know what I mean? And people around me still died and all those things. But it's just like it's really just one day you wake up and you're like. It just like it hits you in a way that it just never did before. I don't know, dog.
I
And
don't know
then
if it's 'cause closer to aging, like you're literally just like getting closer, and I think that's what it is. It's
yeah,
like you're having to face this like I'm not so far away.
yeah,
Now,
dude,
now we're
yeah.
closer. Yeah.
And also like this is one YouTuber who I really enjoy. Her name is Khadija. Um Embo, I believe is how you say her last name. But she'll say often like empathy is an umbrella, and the further out you go from the umbrella, the harder it is to have empathy for that thing. And you know, when you're younger, like you were saying, like you don't feel like it could touch you in the ways that you do when you're older. Like, and so when you do feel like it could touch you, and it's people around you who is close to you, it just hits different. It just fucking it hits different. But and then it makes me look at teens, and I just understand them more. I'm like, oh, that's why you walk around like an idiot. Like you don't know yet. Like
Yeah.
you don't know that this can be done. Just like that. Like you know it in like a far off way. You haven't like it
It
hasn't
doesn't
like
really affect you.
settled.
Yeah, like it
Yeah,
doesn't.
like, exactly, exactly. And so it's just like I'm happy, and then I'm like I'm happy. I'm happy you're walking around here like an idiot. Like do your big one, do your big one because this doesn't this shit doesn't last. Okay, one day you wake up
Mm-mm.
and life just got serious. All right, so
Very.
you know, so do your biggest one. Do your biggest one. And then it also just makes me think about the people who really deeply hate teens who are like older adults. I'm like, why? Like that
Why?
like do you not realize that there's a beauty in that type of ignorance? Like there's a beauty in that type of foolishness. Like they're present in this life in the way that you and I are not. You know what I mean? Just because certain
Mm-hmm.
things have not settled, they're allowed to be present. Everything feels like like everything that's happening in their world currently feels like all of the world. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, oh, this is just mine. It's like, no, that feels like all of the existence because they're so deeply present in it. They're not standing anywhere else. And it's
Mm-mm.
just, and it's a beautiful and I think necessary part of life. I think it's a necessary stage.
I mean, I think that's why we go through it, but I think like I don't
Exactly.
know, it's like a coming of age. Like I think after you hit a certain point, I don't know, maybe your empathy becomes more collective and less like I don't want to say
Mm-hmm.
selfish, but it's like now you're fully aware of how connected in the world and all that good stuff really is. Like,
Yeah,
yes, it feels daunting and serious 9 times out of fucking 10, but like, I don't know, just like opens you up in a different way.
I agree. I agree. And I do think it's a little bit of like a more collective mindedness. And it might be a little bit of selfishness when you're a teenager. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing though. Like I said, I think it's just a part of the development, and I think as long as you're able to kind of transition from that mindset to a more collective mindset, then you're on track with your development. But I don't know. That's the shit that just be on my mind. I don't know, dog. And it doesn't help too that I've been shadow journaling a lot more. Um,
Yeah.
it just be I be starting my day off with deep ass thoughts. I'd be like, today we should journal about sexual trauma. Let's get into it. The sun ain't even
Oh,
in the sky yet. Let's get into it. Like,
that's how you feeling at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Girl.
shit, you know what I mean? I just be here like I got my coffee. Let's talk about trauma. Let's do our big one.
Mm-mm.
I just don't want to I don't want to operate from a place of my wounds, and I know as long as I'm not willing to face the wounds, they will control me. And I don't like that. I don't like that.
I felt that because I think that's what I realized the past 2 weeks, or I think even all of March, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I think I can see like patterning, conditioning, or
Mhm.
like things that I thought were just like my way of being. But I
Mhm.
think, I don't know, like, that's why I feel like this start of the week, something just shifted. And it's like, no, girl, it's like these are patterns or things that you once did that used to serve you. They no longer do. These are ways that you used to engage and you know, saw yourself in that sort of light, but you no longer do now.
Yeah.
And then it's even same things with like things that I would do. It's like self-sabotaging. Like I'll
Mhm.
self-sabotage a lot is what I'm coming to terms with. And same thing like with what I shared, my hard truth. It's like, oh wait, been having a lot of like relationship stuff coming into my face and having to come to
Mhm.
terms with that or sit with it and question it. And I'm just like, so like
Mhm.
again, this week I've been starting like my morning journal because sometimes I'm just like, damn, like I don't want to get up and I don't want to have to sit here and face my mind. But then
Mhm.
I'm also always in my mind. So I'm like, I gotta find some sort of balance, some sort of grounding. Like I
Yeah.
gotta read it, reflect about it, or ruminate in these thoughts and hope they give me an answer because they won't. But
Right, right, right.
yeah, so I've just been kind of just journaling a little bit more, even like throughout the day, like the journaling app. Sometimes I'll be on the bus and train, like, all right, like instead of scrolling, let's reflect. How was the day? How you doing? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny too, the way the ego works, because it's true. Like your ego will really be like, "No, let's not do this." But then your like more rational self will come in and be like, "Well, we're gonna think about it anyway, so we might as well write it down." Like that's really, I love that. That's hilarious.
Me every time, literally, that's what it feels like in my mind. It's like the little kid wants to do this, and it's just like, but we got goals. We got to do this. We got to get up. We got to make it happen. Like we
Yeah,
want to feel better. And I'm
yeah,
like, all right, fuck it. We gonna do the breath work. We gonna journal. We gonna wake up early to do all this stuff,
yeah, bro.
and then I feel better. And that's what I always say. And then I feel better.
Yeah, I don't know that I walk away feeling better. I walk away feeling like I have a more understanding of myself. I feel like closer to
Hmm.
myself, but I don't know that I feel better afterwards. Um, I don't know that I've had that
Yeah.
experience yet. Usually, actually, I get up like, now let's ground because I don't feel good. Like that is some shit. That is some shit. And the tea is like the more you journal about it too, the more there is to unpack. Your mind be like, okay, we got that handled. Here's some more shit. Like you
Yeah.
want to look at this now because we haven't showed you this in a couple of years, but we feel like since you're starting the work, you might as well look at it a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
no, bitch, why would you do that?
Always new layers. And it's like you think you've come to like you're never close to an ending, obviously, but it's like you think you've kind of unpacked something good enough where you have an understanding, and then
Yeah,
no, it's like here's a new
facts.
page.
Facts, bro. And yeah, like you don't come to an ending, but like your mind will make you feel like you did, you know? Like
Uh-huh. Yeah.
your mind will be like, we done good. And then the next second be like, but also like no! No, I don't! Please! Let me
Hmm.
be. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, dog. Just here. Just living. But yeah, you know what, guys? Um, I would like to challenge everyone to find a hobby this week that feels a little bit inconvenient. And I'm talking about like it's not like let me think of a convenient hobby. Honestly, painting, coloring is low key a convenient hobby because like you can get something done with it pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm talking about inconvenient like I would consider reading a book to be a convenient hobby too because you get like a dopamine hit from it. So I would consider an inconvenient hobby to be like the girlies training to run an 11-mile something, or or it could be like sewing, getting into sewing, or
Okay.
since I'm in my gardening bag currently, it could be like gardening, or it could be like learning to master 3 new recipes. You know what I mean? Like just a hobby that like takes some amount of like research, time, learning, the learning curve, especially because that thing is a bitch. Um, I'm gonna challenge everyone to do that, so that way we could be more geared towards delayed gratification, and when shit really gets to popping, you can actually be a participant. You know what I mean? You can
Yes.
do something about it. Yeah. That's my challenge to everyone and to myself. Well, I'm gardening, so I'm considering that my thing because yes. Cause
I
yes,
can take up sewing again because that's the one I start and I stop every
that is
time
it.
super
That is
fast because
it.
I get so fucking annoyed. And I'm
You
like,
have a
"Ugh."
sewing machine, bro?
No, like I mean knitting, knitting,
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
knitting.
Oh,
Sorry, wrong little thing.
that's cute.
Yeah,
I like that.
I was so close. My beanie had the bottom rim, and then I fucked up and I said, "We're done," and I never saw it again.
You don't have it?
I undid it because I got mad. And then I tried again, and then I was like, "Okay, this is getting worse." And I said, "Okay, we just need a break from each other."
Okay. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well, what are you gonna try to knit? What are you gonna knit? Not try. What are
not
you...
the beanie again. I'm gonna find something, maybe a scarf, because this is just straight. Maybe we can do a scarf. Like, that's
Yeah.
it.
My thing is like we're about to go into what season we're going? Spring. You could do like one of those shirts, like those little like a crop
Girl,
a
if I couldn't
bralette.
do a beanie, I don't think I can do a bralette.
That's basically straight. You just gotta do the one straight line for the part that goes around. Some straight little, whatevers. But that's still one layer. You're not curving anything. It's still one layer. And then straight lines around the neck. Boom. You got a bralette or
And
like a swim top.
we gonna think about it. We gonna think about it. We gonna think about it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Um,
knock it, but we gonna think about it.
I'll also master my homemade ice cream. I'm gonna master my homemade ice cream. I'm
I can't
telling you,
wait to hear about that.
my flavoring is better than any store bought. Excuse me, is better than any store bought flavoring. So once I get that texture right, they will never see me again.
That just sounds so delightful because it's like, fuck all
You
these
know,
artificial, like that's why I don't know, like like I told you, I think I told you this, the last time I had Ben& and Jerry's, I was not happy, and
you should,
I've been craving ice cream, and I'm just like,
bro.
I don't know
Just
where
do it. It's not that hard. It's not that
I've done
hard.
like the banana based ones, like
You don't
back
or
in
you
like the
do.
no, I've done like
Oh
when you freeze a banana, you blend it up, you add like I don't know blueberries if you wanted to be like blueberry ice cream or like chocolate and peanut butter to like it's
no,
like
girl. I've
healthy
never
ice
done
cream.
that. I've never heard of that.
No, that's what I used to do at like when I was a vegan because you can't fucking have dairy. So I was like, oh, okay, banana ice cream.
You're better than me because back then I would just go look for a dairy-free ice cream. But I do remember you used to make, bro. I don't know if y'all remember. If you OG podcast listener, podcast family, Deja used to make like what the fuck was it? A zucchini muffin?
Was it a zucchini muffin? That sounds very familiar.
I feel
A
like it
zucchini muffin.
was, or
If
it was.
not, I know it was the spinach artichoke dip that I did once that like that was vegan and it was I still
I
think about that
remember
shit.
that. I remember that. But no, it was like a muffin or some type of pastry, and you was trying to get me to try it, and you was like, it's made out of zucchini. Like, whatever about it. But and I feel like either you or Shayla also once made me a brownie that was made out of black beans.
That was Shayla because I remember you telling me about this and you heard it. You said it was actually kind of like pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
But I do remember like back in the vegan days, you used to make fun treats like that. Like
stuff
substituting.
experimenting. Yes.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that'll be let us know if you do decide to take up a hobby that isn't convenient, how that goes and what you're gonna do. It'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
We'll report back next week.
Yes, yes. But yeah. What else? Anything else, Deja?
I don't think so.
All right,
No.
y'all. Yeah, guys. It would be fun if you guys commented below any things that have been on your mind or any questions or anything like that that's been on your minds. Any quirky, fun, weird ones. But other than that, we'll see y'all in the next episode. We hope that you guys, or I hope you guys are being safe and staying safe out in these streets and um, embodying joy as much as possible. And remembering that that's a form of rebellion. This is what I worked on today. It's not done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my little, I don't know if it's a fairy or if it's a butterfly, a little mushroom. I don't know what else I'll do. I'll keep working on it. But yeah.
Yeah, I did some fruit. What is this? Now my mango, my lemon, and that's supposed to
Hey!
be a pear. And
I
then down there
like
was supposed
it.
to be a watermelon, but she got too green too fast.
I could tell what all of those were except for the last one. The last one I thought it was a lime. But the rest of them I
Yeah,
could
that's what I'm
tell.
saying. Okay, I did get that.
You did. You did really good. Those came out nice. But yeah. We'll see y'all in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Mm.
Bye.